Clarifications? Mr. Alex Yam.
Thank you, Chairman. Two quick clarifications. In follow-up to my first cut, could I ask if Dr. Ng could share more about the state of our bilateral and multilateral security relations with our immediate neighbors and key partners? Are they on an even keel, and does MINDEF see any potential downside in security cooperation in the region as the pandemic progresses? My second clarification is for SMS Heng. He mentioned the appointment of safety advocates. Could he share what proportion of units have already appointed them, and if there are any significant ideas or improvements that have arisen from their participation?
Our relations with our friends, partners, and surrounding countries are good. If I can mention some signature events, I think the renewal of the MOU, which Prime Minister signed with President Trump then, was a significant event, because that was a 30-year agreement which now is extended. Our comprehensive strategic partnership with Australia is certainly a very powerful instrument to build not only defense ties, but ties between countries, and as well as physical assets in Shoalwater Bay and Greenvale. And we are committing resources there. Our agreements with India in terms of submarine rescue and SITMAX are emblematic of our trust. Our agreements with China and the other plus partners in the ADMM. With our surrounding countries, we have good relations with the Malaysian Armed Forces as well as the TNI, and we'll continue to work with them. But I think all of us are realistic. We don't mean that that there are no differences, but from time to time differences occur, and we'll find channels to smooth over them and to continue to build ties. So I would say that there are no spiky issues that we see on the horizon, but neither is it, should we believe that it's all hunky-dory and, we're all the best of pals. I mean, it's as I said, the systemic risks have gone up, and in the contestation, whether it's between US, China, and with other aspects, I think we can expect from time to time bumpy rides, as well as ability for the SAF to have to respond when we need to. Thank you.
Mr. Jarugam? Hang on a second. Ms. Heng Chia.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Honourable Member, Mr. Alex Yam, asked about the implementation status for the safety advocates in our services. I'm happy to report that for the Army as well as the Navy, all units already have them, and the RSAF, the Air Force, is also making very good efforts in that direction. I think this really goes to illustrate the seriousness with which we take this subject of safety, and how we want to be open about it in order that we might be able to prevent even better. Thanks.
Mr. Jarugam.
I thank SMS Heng for responding to my cut. Can SMS Heng clarify if operationally ready NS-men who suffer service injuries or accidents will receive the same compensation and insurance coverage as full-time national servicemen? If not, can MINDEF move towards this framework given the invaluable contributions of our NS-men to our nation's defense? Second, could SMS also share whether there are plans to increase the existing group term insurance coverage? And finally, is there a framework for enhanced payouts for servicemen who are injured or killed in actual operations?
Mr. Chairman, in response to Mr. Jarogam's three questions, The first one is whether or not NS men, should they be injured, whether the treatment with regards compensation is the same. The answer is yes. On his question on whether or not the group term insurance payout amounts can be raised, then I would like to inform him that MINDEF SAF does review the quantum of coverage periodically, and we will take into account all relevant factors as we conduct these reviews. If I may request him to remind me of the third question that he had.
Sure. Is there a framework for enhanced coverage for servicemen who are killed or injured in action?
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, the compensation framework relates to injuries suffered by servicemen in the course of their duty, in the course of the training, in the course of service-related activities, and therefore it would also cover actual operations. Thank you.
Mr. Alexiam, would you like to withdraw your...
Chairman, my thanks to fellow members for the 41 cuts across a multitude of topics on our security and defense. A very big thank you to Dr. Ng, our two SMSs, for their considered response and affirmation of our commitment towards safeguarding our sovereignty. With that, Mr. Chairman, I beg leave to withdraw my amendment.
Is the honourable member given leave to withdraw the amendment? The question is that the sum of $14,814,265,200 for head J stand part of the main estimates. As many as are of the opinion say aye. To the contrary, say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The question is that the sum of $907,700,000 for head J stand part of the development estimates. As many as are of that opinion say aye. To the contrary, say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it.